Olympiacos U19s have created history. They have become the first ever Greek side to lift the UEFA Youth League trophy. So just how did they do it? Well, in the round of 32, after a grueling game against Inter Milan, who are top of their domestic league, so they're facing no mugs, took them all the way to penalties. And after a grueling game of end-to-end game, but nobody could find the back of the net, it actually went to penalties where Olympiacos won 6-5 on the day and knocked out one of the favourites of the competition in Milan. And then they moved into the round of 16. And then in the round of 16, they faced a very, very talented RC Lens side. I think this is actually the most talented side RC Lens have ever produced. When you think of players like Ryan Fofana, Ayenda Shishuba, Anthony Beaumont, Fode Cilia, this is a very talented RC Lens side. And RC Lens are currently second in their domestic league. So once again, Olympiacos have faced no mugs. And it went the distance again. After a brilliant 2-2 draw during the game, it went to penalties, where it finished 4-2 after penalties. But my man of the match on the day, I guess I'm going to butcher all these names when I try them, because the Greek names are the most hardest to pronounce, so bear with us on this one. But it's Charalampos Koutolos. Their striker, he's a centre forward, and he was phenomenal, not only in this game, but throughout the tournament. He led the line beautifully for the Greek side. And then in the quarterfinals, it gets even more daunting for this Olympiacos side, who are on a mission. They came up against the mighty, the magnificent, probably the biggest club in Germany, in Bayern Munich. And this under-19s Bayern Munich side is loaded with talent. When you think of Robert Ramsak, Javier Fernandez, who's actually Spanish but playing for Bayern Munich. You've got Johan Kusi Azara, their latest and newest signing. You've got Lovro, I forgot how to pronounce his name, Lovro Vonrek, who's a centre midfielder and actually captains the side. And then you've got Paul Scholl, him at the back, at the big bad centre half. This is a very, very talented Bayern Munich side. However, Bayern Munich did take the lead on the day through Robert Ramsak. He's somebody I've tweeted out about numerous times when he scored that brace against Manchester United last season. He is a one to watch for the future. However, in the second half, it was 1-0 to Bayern Munich at half-time. But in the second half, this Olympiacos just turned on the style, as I have done throughout this tournament. In that second half, they seem to just gather a new lease of life. My player of the tournament, Christoph Mouzakis, scored, as well as the centre forward I've just mentioned, Charakampos Koustalos. Yes, I've wrote down all the names because they are hard to remember. But Olympiacos ran out 3-1 on the night and went into the semi-finals. Then in the semi-finals, they came up against a very, very, again, talented French side in Nantes. This French side is actually top of the league, above RC Lens. They're that talented. And I think it did benefit Olympiacos that Zizi did not play in this game. He was a centre-back who's performed tremendously for RC Lens. But they have got other talented players. When you look at Lucas Lecrox, the centre midfielder, alongside him, Manglan Gomez. And then you've got Barreda Gorezi, who scored something like 10 goals, provided 7 assists in 18 league games this season. Outstanding form. And then on the other side, you've got Brian Zenita Bengo. This I was going to say RC Lens. This Nantes side is very, very talented. And this game went down to the wire again. After a very, very hard-fought, grueling, dogged performance by both sides, Olympiacos and Nantes, because they were cancelling each other out, the game finished 0-0 and went to penalties again. Olympiacos ran out 3-1 winners on penalties in the end. And I just want to give a mention to Olympiacos' goalkeeper, Angelo Sina. Sina is a very, very bright spark. He looks like he's got that presence, that physicality, that know-how of how to command his box. And he's very, well, as you can see now, by winning 3 penalty shootouts in one tournament, you know you've got a talented and very, very good goalkeeper. So I wanted to give a special mention to him because he was outstanding throughout the tournament and one of the main reasons why Olympiacos become champions. And then, as you know, in the final, they came up against probably the favourites of the tournament. Actually, I would say second favourites because, in my opinion, Porto were favourites, who Milan beat in the semi-finals. But they did come up against Milan and it was 0-0 at half-time. And if you look at this Milan side, it's stacked from top to bottom. And I mean that, from the goalkeeper to the striker, they are stacked. When you look at Clinton Nasalia at the back, you've got Giancarlo Simic, who's partnering him at the back. You've got Kevin Zaroli, Darius Stalmach, you've got Francesco Camada, Felipe Scotti, you've got Diego Saya, all starting for Milan in this game. But there's one boy I actually think Milan made a mistake on, and who should have started this game was Matteo Librela. Matteo Librela is somebody I've talked about for a while. He's got technical ability that belies his age. His in-game management and his ability and relationship with the ball is absolutely phenomenal. And I honestly think he could have been the cutting edge in that first half. I would have started the lad. He's an attack midfielder that can play either side of a wide forward. And he's just very creative. He just causes havoc. He's good at dribbling. He's got vision. He can score. He can create. He's got everything you want in an attacking midfielder. And I do think he's got a bright future despite not starting this game. But after a very nervy affair, the game was 0-0 at half-time. Both teams cancelling each other out, kind of feeling each other out. But then after half-time, oh my lord, Olympiacos just ramped it up a gear and they caused havoc in that second half. And I want to give a special mention to probably one of the best goals of this tournament. Theophanis Bakoulas scored an overhead kick in the final that was just absolutely, honestly, it's glorious. And if you haven't gone and seen this, go and check it out. I have tweeted it on my Twitter. So at Antonio Mango 4 on Twitter. Go and check it out because that goal is sublime. But judging by that second half, Olympiacos just ran riot in that second half and thoroughly deserved their win. They played brilliant and beautiful football and they have a bright future. These young talents have a bright future and I won't be surprised if you'll be hearing these names a lot more in the future. But there is one boy I want to give a special mention in this final, and he impressed us so much in the semi-final as well, is Isri Doros Koutsidis, the centre-back of Olympiacos. Just think, he kept Francesco Camada very quiet, and that's a difficult thing to do at this level. He was outstanding throughout the tournament, and if I was to pick a team of the tournament, he would absolutely be in there. But I'm going to pick a team in the tournament, so keep an eye out for the videos in the future. My team of the tournament of this year's UEFA Youth League is coming in the next few days. So make sure you hit that follow button, hit that like button. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for watching.